it because obviously, what are we okay? Is America all right? Because I don't think we're okay. I think there's something wrong with us. We are out here tripping. We are out here tripping. Our president is a bag of dicks, man. I don't even know what to tell you, bro. Our president is a bag of dicks. Who? What's going on, man? What in the hell is going on up in here, man? The hell is going on? Good morning, Harley loves poison. Come on, coffee beans, because coffee beans. What are we doing? Like, can somebody? You know what? Screw it. Y'all need to. Oh my God, I don't even know what to do. Just except play his music, because I think we're all we're in trouble. Oh! Yep. All you can do sometimes is dance. What is wrong with us? What is going on? Can anybody tell me what the hell is going on? We had a great flag on the play Friday. Now we got the Venezuelan president hostage. What the hell are we doing? What are we doing? What the hell is going on up in this place? Can somebody tell me what the hell is going on? We are so deep off in the Dubicon, but I did call it. Jack's mom with a $2 super chat. Oh snap, she looking good. You know what? I can't even start with my more normal musical accompaniment this morning. What is going on? Friday was flag on the play Friday. We gave out the last of the Yankees. We announced the Janky of the year, which is shaping up to look like the damn Janky of 2026. What is going on up in here, man? If you go to the YouTube chat, if you go to YouTube and look up the thumbnail for this show, Professor Moriarty, leader of the Outcast Nation, and my second in the Villains Guild is in the building. My brother E. Just for shits and giggles, I'm gonna let y'all know. We are we're about 2, maybe 3 weeks away from the birthday of one outcast, Professor Moriarty, or as I lovingly refer to him as, my brother E. Jack's mom with a $5 super chat. People saying that Maduro made a deal. He changed 4 times in 24 hours. Listen, I would make a deal for pennies and biscuits if you had just kidnapped me out of my goddamn bed and shit. E, come on, man. We embrace it at this age, buddy. E and I gonna be we're gonna be right now, I'm the older brother. Right now. On the this month, we're gonna be the same age again. Goddamn fraternal twins with an ocean between us. E, I love you. You know that. I love you, E, and you know that. You know that. And that shit ain't changing. But what what are we doing? Good morning, Witchy. Tell Mr. Witchy I said Irish twin. Yeah, we're Irish twins. Different mama, different daddy, different continents. Yo, what is going on up in here, man? What is wrong? What in the hell is going on? We talked a lot about it we talked extensively about it on the Villains View last night. But I'm genuinely trying to figure out what the uh-oh. Wolfie's pissed off. Wolfie, what we mad about? Because we can all get mad, Wolfie. Listen, anger is good. Angry gets shit done. Shout out to the one and only Orlando Jones, who brought the incomparable Mr. Nancy to life. I'm at a loss for words. I am a wordsmith. This is what y'all see me do on a day-to-day basis is me truly using the gift of words. I can make insults nobody else would think of, like, yo, man, you really called him that? Yeah, I did. Yeah. I use words in turn of phrases. I got to be educated about things, so I use my words very carefully. But a wordsmith that is at a loss for words. That is what I am. A wordsmith that is at a loss for words. And the reason I'm at a loss for words is this. In my 54 years of life. Oh, hell no. I'm Elijah. No, E, I ain't playing with you. Nope. You're about to do a word battle. Hell no. Nah. Hold on. A person I follow and tried to model myself after, I found out they are really not so good, and I stopped following him. You might have heard of him, Thomas. Okay, drop a name. Drop a name, and we'll figure it out together. But we kidnapped, and that's what it is, ladies and gentlemen. Wasn't no damn extradition. You don't send the Delta Force in. We kidnapped the goddamn president of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, and his wife. Oh, Amanda, if I said what I really wanted to say, it would sound like R2D2. It'd be beep, 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 beep. Thank you, Jay Thomas. We abducted him. And now, Captain Bone Spurs himself is talking about more places like Nigeria, Greenland, Cuba. I have so many questions. We answered with the Villain's View, with Taz being the historian that she's always been, and who I love her for it, and myself angry, and Gambit putting in very pertinent commentary, even Gambit with the struggle of condom commercials and shit. Even with that, Annabelle said, "Hello, Thomas. I need to know what can I do, and how do I keep myself sane?" Burkina Faso will be targeted. Of course, Burkina Faso will be targeted because they don't like the dude. I can't even think of his name, but hold on. Magpie said, check your last name. Let me see. Do. Wow. Hold on. Gotta go find it. And it's way up here, too. My bad, Magpie. You might have to say it again because it went by so fast I can't find it. So Wolfie is talking about Jocko Wilkins, retired U.S. Navy SEAL Lieutenant Commander Jocko Wilkins. He used President Maduro as a marketing tool for business He part owns Origin. We are watching as America finally shakes its skin and stops pretending. And what disappoints me so much about that is how much. Hold on, okay. Remember Quinn Pratt? He admitted to me yesterday that he didn't vote last election. Excuse the F out of me? Oh no, he didn't. Oh no, he did. I voted. That I'm gonna tell you that right now. I voted. America has stopped pretending. America has stopped pretending that it is the leader of the world, which literally breaks my damn heart because of how much of my body is will never be the same. So before I get into this today's show, I want to tell y'all something. As a kid, I loved to run. I ran everywhere. I ran everywhere. I ran everywhere. I ran everywhere. If there was a strip of land and nobody was running, I was running. I was running. It used to be literally my favorite thing to do because when I ran as a kid, it was like I was in touch with everything. The world just seemed to like it seemed to go by and like the Flash, you know how you see the Speed Force, but I was also connected to all of it. It was literally my favorite thing to do. Before comic books, before Prince, it was me running. I can no longer run again. I can't. I cannot run anymore. My knees are shot. My legs hurt. Um, I have a bad hip and everything. So I can no longer run again. I sacrificed the one thing I used to love doing in service of the United States. Now I can't do it anymore. I will never mentally be the same. I just won't. I will mentally never be the same. I have anxiety, I have depression, um, I'm very hyper vigilant. I put on a face when I walk into buildings of I'm the angry black man you're afraid of. Please stay the F away from me. And to know that all of that was done. And the first the first time we can elect an idiotic dictator, we do, not once, but twice. Like, there's a part of me that is heartbroken. And then I have to remember what my wife tells me all the time. You did not join for God and country. You didn't join for patriotism and apple pie. You joined to take care of your family. And I did. And that is the absolute truth. I did. I joined so that I could take care of my family. I joined so that I could actually do something I've wanted to do since I was 7 years old. I joined because deep down, even in everything else I've ever done in my life, the one thing I can honestly tell you that I was born to do was be a soldier. I've even told y'all the story of how I ended up as a soldier. How my father said that they wouldn't let N-words be psychiatrists and astronauts, but they damn sure would let one of us be a soldier. With that being said, I'm still asking myself, where are the commanders and the first sergeants and the senior enlisted saying, this is an illegal order. I am not following it. And Magpie, the fact that Quinn Pratt didn't vote does not surprise me. Most of these yahoos that are sitting out here every day on TikTok telling you about politics, a lot of them didn't goddamn vote. Some of them can't because they felons. I said what I said, man. You get mad at me if you want to. You can get as mad at me as you want to, but I'm gonna tell you something.
And after you hang me, kiss my ass.
Wolfie, don't be ashamed. You follow somebody you thought was a good person. They turned out not to be a good person. It happens. It happens. I'm going to thank you. Thank you, Deanna. I'm going to tell y'all a story. I admired my high school principal. I will never forget this man, Mr. Griffin. He came in like in the first semester of my junior year, and I was just enamored with this man. He spoke eloquently. He was like a mini Jesse Jackson mixed with, I don't know, hanging with Mr. Cooper. That's the best way I can describe it. Mr. Griffin was just the guy to me. Came in, his suits were always good. He always, wore fantastic suits. Hold on, what he said. With Jocko being a retired Navy SEAL, though he would know better, he got a picture of President Maduro in cuffs in a seat wearing his origin clothes and thanked whoever put it on him. You know what, Gavin? I think it is time, and I think it will. I have to sit down because I think every Wednesday during the day, right before Taz comes in and gives you guys the education, I think I am going to do a live version once a week of Enemy of the State. I probably won't put it on the air, but I will, do it via Zoom or something. But yeah, I am going to go back to do Enemy of the State. I am. Annabelle with the $5 super chat. We all know that dog would chase cars when they drove by. We are that dog, and we caught a car. Now what do we do with it? Exactly. So Mr. Griffith was just the epitome of what an upstanding man should look like. So much so, and you can go and ask my siblings this, that in my senior year of high school, I wore suits every day, trying to, not mimic, but trying to get the same level of dignity Mr. Griffith had. And he knew everybody's name. He never called us by, like Thomas or oh, absolutely, Outcast. You know that. It wasn't like he called, hey, Thomas, hey, so-and-so, hey, so. No, it was always Mr. McCormick, Miss Jones, Mr. Like, that's how he was. And I will never forget, in my senior year, I came in, I had my suit on, but my tie was a little bit crooked. Mr. Griffith said, Mr. McCormick, come here for a second. I'm going, yes, sir. And he's like, let me check your tie. I'm gonna make sure your tie. Very good looking suit, young man. Very good looking suit. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I wanted to make sure. He's like, keep doing the good work of Westport High School Tiger, and I'm very proud of you. Thank you, sir. And I walked on. Now I was beaming. Best day of my life as a kid. Well, about a year later, and I was out of high school at the time. I was in AIT when I found out, and Mr. Griffith had been arrested. Even though he had this beautiful wife and this beautiful son, Mr. Griffith had a side chick in the junior high across the street. And apparently her boyfriend came up to the school to fight Mr. Griffith because she was sleeping with our principal. And they got into a goddamn fist fight in front of the high school. Mr. Griffith got arrested. That's when I knew the idea of looking up to a hero isn't worth it. It's not. It is not. When I tell y'all at 19 years old, I was shattered. One of the things that I mostly remember about my graduation is, number one, I remember my sister Lizzie crying. And we had this moment where I just hugged her. She hugged me back, and I was telling her, I said, We worked really hard since we got here. Your time is next year, and I will be here to watch when you do it, right? So I hugged her. She's crying, I'm crying. And I cross the stage. I'm shaking the vice principal's hand, the counselor's hand, and there's Mr. Griffith at the end. And rather than giving him a handshake, I hugged him. So to say that I was shattered would be an understatement. But I learned that even your heroes can be fallible. What I am now, imagine what I'm saying right now. Imagine what I'm saying right now. Multiply that by 330 million Americans. We woke up Sunday morning. Was it Saturday? Did he snatch him Friday night or Saturday night? I think he snatched him Friday night. We woke up Saturday morning to the knowledge that all the bullshit we ever told the world we were about, we are not about. Oh, it was on the 3rd. Okay. So that was, yeah. We woke up to the knowledge, and I'm telling y'all, I thought that shit was a joke. I did. I thought that was a goddamn joke. I said, ain't no God. I said, ain't no way. There's no way. Come on. I was fully in.
Boy, ain't no way, boy.
That was me. Until I saw the pictures of Maduro getting off the plane. And then I started to read the story about how they sent in the damn Delta Force to get this man. How we dropped ordinances in Caracas. And for all of you mouth-breathing, troglodyte-ass MAGA people talking about it wasn't even a war. If we're dropping goddamn ordinances, bitch, it's a conflict. The fuck are you talking about? But see, here's the thing. And for all of my Caucasian and non-black coffee beans, when I say this, think about it and you'll know I'm telling the truth. What we did to Venezuela, the bombs we dropped in Nigeria, the threats of going into Cuba and Greenland and things of that nature, do you know why black folks don't bat an eye? Because America's been doing it to us since the chains came off. Morning, gang. What's up? What up, Nart? They've been doing this to black communities for decades. They have been doing this to black communities for decades. I really want y'all to understand, if you thought we were bad after we got Maduro, then you weren't here for MOVE. The MOVE organization in Philadelphia had an entire incendiary bomb dropped on them. Go look this up. It is so bad, and I am not making this up, that they found human remains in the display in the Philadelphia Museum of the MOVE organization bombing, and they won't give them back. They will not give them back. 1985, they dropped an Wolfie says, Thomas Bishop, in your military thinking, what happens now after Venezuela? Oh, I'm sorry. We install a dictator. Venezuela gets brutalized by said dictator for the next, 10, 15, 20 years. Militant, militia type people rise up. They overthrow the damn government. Then we all of a sudden call them enemy number one. The cycle continues. Morris said, I'm from Philadelphia. This is 100% true. They dropped an incendiary bomb on these people. The MOVE organization was basically a bunch of hippies. It was a black commune where they weren't thinking about money. They were thinking about culture. They were thinking about cultivating culture amongst themselves. The city of Philadelphia wanted the damn apartment complex that we're in for real estate. Guess what? Got to get them niggas out of there. And what's the first thing that happens? There you go. Yes, thank you. Thank you, E. 1948. We dropped, do y'all understand the Japanese were getting ready to surrender? They were depleted. And Truman said, nah, ain't good enough. You got to come get this work. He was like, yo, you got to go get this work. And what did he do? Dropped a bomb. Then he dropped another one. For all of the shit, because I'm going to tell y'all what y'all got going on, the same thing that I have going on. The sloganeering is meeting reality. The sloganeering is meeting reality. The sloganeering says we're the shining city on the hill. The reality is, no, we are petty. We are petty as shit. If y'all want to in-depth, and thank you for saying that. If y'all want a more in-depth understanding of what I'm talking about, Professor Moriarty and Swords, both members of the Villains Guild and the leader of the Outcast Nation, they have talked extensively about this. We are not the good guys. We're not. We're not. What I don't understand is how many people get mad when we actually say we're villains. I had a jackass tell me yesterday, you just hate America. Hey, bitch, America is not my side chick, okay? It is not about whether or not I love or don't love this goddamn place. It's about right and wrong, okay? It's about right and goddamn wrong. It's about right or goddamn wrong, period. It ain't about you don't love this country. First and goddamn foremost, I love my family. I love my friends. I love my organizations. I love the radio station that I'm a part of. Do you know what all four of those things have in common? They're people, not the landmass. They're goddamn people. So whether or not I love or don't love this country is irrelevant because this country is a landmass. That idea that we're the greatest country, the bullshit. Bullshit. We're just as petty and vindictive as any other country. I said what I said. Michael Pruitt with a perfect question. How many of us learned about the bombing of Philadelphia and moved in school? Middle, high school, college. The reason so many people don't want us to talk about slavery isn't because, oh my God, you were never a slave, blah, blah, blah. It shows that this place cannot be perfect if it was built or created by exploiting poor immigrants and enslaving people. You cannot call yourself great if exploitation is part of the goddamn deal. I'm sorry. Shit don't work that way. Morning, Cigarette, your beautiful self. You cannot, and I'm going to say this again, you cannot call yourself great if exploitation of any kind, enslavement of any kind, or murder of any kind is part of the DNA of your country. To me, there is no such thing as the greatest country. There isn't. There is not. I'm sorry, it does not exist. And America has been giving y'all lip service for however old you are. That's how long they've been giving you propaganda. I'm 54 years old. They have been giving me propaganda for 54 years. Oh, and to our UK contingent, they've been doing the same thing with you. Where do you think we learned it from? So this idea that we can just go in and take over shit is ridiculous. And it is being ran by some of the most incompetent goddamn people I have ever seen or heard of in my entire adult life when it comes to politics. These people are absolutely idiots. Which brings us to the people in charge of this cluster F. So, as you all know, this thing was hatched out. Yes, ma'am. This thing was hatched out at Mar-a-Lago. And there are pictures of this. Yeah, I almost did, E. Almost. There are pictures of the ineptitude of the Trump administration. So I'm going to play a video by a guy named Gullier Mo Unfiltered. I don't know what that means, but listen.
Why is no one talking about the fact that the White House released photos of the secret operation to capture Maduro from Venezuela and bring him back to the United States inside of a Mar-a-Lago ballroom? You can literally see in the photo the thin black sheets that were separating the President of the United States directing an operation from the rest of the ballroom. Donald Trump is seated on a gold-painted chair that is used in a ballroom, you know, when you get an upgrade when you're getting married. The absolute field day that Fox News would be having right now if a sitting Democratic administration had posted photos of them doing a top secret mission inside of a ballroom and not the Situation Room. The double standards are crazy. When it's done.
And that right there. That right there. I'm going to give y'all an example of something. We all see a Caucasian person in a store, a restaurant, acting a damn fool, all that good shit. What's the first thing y'all say? We all see a white person mouthing off and cussing out a cop and moving at, get out my way and talking shit to a cop. What's the first thing y'all say? What? Be safe, Nerf Dave. Love you, man. What's the first thing y'all say? Now, if they had been black, or if they had been black. When y'all see a white man telling the cop go F himself and if you don't get out of my face, I'm gonna kick you in your mouth, all that blah 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 blah. What's the first thing y'all think? What's the first thing? Now, if he was black. This is what I think we all have got to come to grips with. America has never been about taking care of all people all the time. America has never been about taking care of all people all the time. It never has. The fact that when we talk about healthcare, people actually have us out here saying healthcare is a privilege. A privilege, you say. It's a privilege to not die of some mysterious cancer. It's a privilege not to die or go into financial debt for a broken leg. It's a privilege not to, lose an eye. You lose the eye, you don't get better health care, and you got to pay for it at the same time. It's a privilege. So when the federal government and doctors and nurses have a conversation, why are insurance companies in there in the first place? Let's start with that premise. Good morning. If we're going to talk about universal health care, which is something every other normal industrial country on earth has, why are we starting off with the premise of not being sick is a privilege? Maintaining your health is a privilege. Come on. Let's start there. It's a privilege. Food is a privilege. I was reading something. I was either reading it or I was listening to it. And people, yeah, it was a guy who was talking about the differences between 1995 and today, and how, you know, most of your ground beef is made up out of pink slime. This is not me making that up. It's true. Go look it up. There were more regulations on certain things. Now we just laissez-faire our ass into bullshit. So we're told good health is a privilege. We're told that food is a privilege. We're told that you got to work for what you want. Here's the problem. Here is the goddamn problem with that. Every day we see people who are literally not doing any of that. You don't have a right to free health care unless you have $1 billion in the bank. You're not considered a moocher if you have $1 billion in the bank, even though a lot of your money is made from government subsidies, which is paid by people like me and you. You don't have to worry about food insecurity when you have $1 billion. You have $1 billion, you're all over the news. If you're all over the news, people will give you food for free. Oh shit, is that Jeff Bezos? Don't worry about it, sir. Your whole party can eat for free. This man is worth 100-something billion goddamn dollars. You got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. Our greatness is not measured in freedoms and liberty, because some of you some bitches don't know what a freedom or a liberty is. I said what I said. It's a damn shame. Ask them. Some jackass had the nerve to say, if we're so bad, why are so many people trying to get here? Because they know we won't bomb our damn selves. That's why. Dumbass. If a dude in one house is bombing his next door neighbor, don't you think his next door neighbor gonna try to get into his house? We ain't got to get bombed. What are you gonna do? Bomb yourself? That's why they keep trying to get here. It's not about freedom and liberty. You don't even know what the hell half that shit means. I was watching something that said we use apps. We create on apps. But we don't own the shit that we create on these apps. We don't. Your data can be sold by anybody. It can be sold to anybody. All that spam shit you got in your spam folder and shit, all of it. All of it. It's because your shit has been sold to someone else. Happy New Year, Theo. Grand Rising, Jack. Good morning, leggy lady with your beautiful self. It's sold. It's sold. Your news comes a la carte. If you don't want to hear truthful news, you can find a news station that peddles bullshit that you want to watch. If it wasn't true, Newsmax and One American News Network would not exist. Thank you, Demon Beast, Grand Rising. Think about that for a second. The who, what, where, when, why, and how are gone. Now we're going to give you about 3 hours of news, actual news. But we're going to try to find a way to pin this party on this or this party on it, followed by 7 hours of opinion pieces. So your news is given to you a la carte. I had to literally download Al Jazeera on my television because at least with Al Jazeera, I know for a fact they're reporting on shit going on in the United States without any sort of a bias whatsoever. People have started to turn to things like ground news, which not only gives you the story, but it gives you where the bent is. Is it a left bent? Is it a right bent? Is it centrist? What have you? But that's where we have come to. That's what we have come to. I mean, when it comes to this idea of war, for some reason, if you don't want to see people die, somehow that makes you weak. Why? Why? Why can't our foreign policy be, we will be peaceful as long as you're peaceful. If we have to go to war, we will go to war. But we go to war to win. Our military should not be being used as like the scary bat in the room. Like, it sometimes seems like America is Negan and the United States military is Lucille. Murr said, USA invades the country, but the big story is Megan Thee Stallion opens a Popeyes. Duh, it's true. Well, we started bombing Nigeria. But what were we talking about? Nicki Minaj being MAGA. Nicki Minaj is only MAGA because she's trying to get something out of it. I said exactly what the hell I said. Our politics is played like a sporting event. Red, blue, Democrat, Republican, left, right. We won, you lost, we all lost. November 6th of 2024, every one of us lost. Every one of us lost. Ladies and gentlemen, politics is not a sport. Politics is not a sport. For every politician that you elect, whatever decisions they choose to make will affect between hundreds and millions of lives. Between hundreds and millions of lives. The country of Venezuela woke up Sunday morning or Saturday morning without a leader. Just flat out, we don't give a damn. And our old, decrepit, slowly die. He just won't slip on that banana peel covered in wet platinum lube and just go in the hole. Go in the hole, Grandpa, go. We in America are very selfishly stupid. So that when things like this does happen, we think we're the good guys. If somebody came into America and snatched up Donald Trump, they would consider that an act of war. Yet when we do it, the vice president is taking over Venezuela. I'm glad she did. We don't mind it when we do it to somebody else, but let it happen to us. All of a sudden, it's an act of war. It's time for us to go fight, blah, blah, blah. And our populace is uneducated and proud of it. That probably is the scariest aspect of all of this. I don't care that you think this is a sporting event, but please stop thinking that your team is the best team. It ain't. It's not. It is not. We have the two-party system in America because the American people have not demanded more. Argue with your mama, don't argue with me. We haven't demanded more. We have not demanded better. We have taken a hands-off approach when it comes to politics. But politics has a hands-on approach to every aspect of your life. Every aspect. When you get up in the morning and you get ready to go to work, politics is involved in that. The roads you're going to drive on have to be paved and well preserved and things of that nature. Because if the roads are messed up, your car's messed up. Your car's messed up, you can't go to work. Some politician has got to be in charge of fixing the goddamn roads. You know what I mean? Some politician has to be in charge. Hey, no argument in the chat. I'm not having it. No. Nobody's arguing in the goddamn chat. I got 4 mods. They will clean your asses up. Everybody be respectful to everybody else. You have an opinion, that's fine. That's what this show is about, but we will not be arguing here. We won't. Politics is a part of every aspect of your life. Yet it is the one thing none of us want to talk about. It's the one thing none of us can deal with. It's the one thing that does not drive us to want better. I'm going to tell y'all something. The most ardent racist in America who has children. I don't want his kids to die. I want the water that kid drinks to be good. I want the food that kid eats to be healthy. I want that kid to get a good education. Because at the end of it, maybe this child will actually break the cycle of what daddy did and not be the same racist asshole that his father is. Morning, Jesse. Top of the morning to you. So if I want that for the most ardent racist's child, that's me looking at the health of the country. Yes, Whitney Houston said it. Yes, it was a joke, but it's true. Children are our future. Wolfie says, Thomas Bishop, I don't know if anyone has showed you the clip from here, but a minister from the Green Party here in Australia are calling for Australians to distance themselves from the U.S. Yeah, I heard about it. What's up, Trey? I mean, I really want y'all to understand that. Some shit transcends politics. It transcends red, blue. It transcends Democrat, Republican. It transcends red state, blue state, all that other bullshit. I don't want a single child in America to go to bed hungry. I don't want to, let me say that again, because maybe for all of the people that think I just hate, I don't want a single child in America to go to bed hungry. Now, none. I don't want a single child to go hungry. I don't want a single child in America to have to drink dirty water or polluted water or Flint water. I don't want none of that. I want every child in America to be educated. Every child. Private school, public school. I want them both funded the same way equally so that kids have a chance to have a better life. I do not want a child in America to be spouting off a goddamn slogan when in actuality, those slogans don't mean shit. They don't. That's me, though. That's me. Being a goddamn human. A member of the global world, the global community. I don't want a single child in the world to go to bed hungry. War only makes these things worse. That's it. They don't make them better. They don't. Picking up, how many kids are still starving in Venezuela right now? But we got Maduro. Yeah, we won. That shit don't mean nothing. It don't mean shit. Because the problem was never solved. All you did was make shit worse. And that is what America loves to do. It loves to come in when a country is having its growing pains. Maybe there's a civil war. Maybe there's a power vacuum. America loves putting their nuts in the middle of it and making it 10 times goddamn worse. I don't want a child in America to not be educated. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, American history is nasty and ugly. American history is nasty and ugly. It is because that is the shit that we have done. It's not something you can escape. If you cheated on a woman and that woman decides to stay with you, you still cheated. So if she brings it up when y'all are 70, it doesn't matter. It actually happened. Now let's say you cheated 10, 15, 25 times. Now you got a goddamn pattern. And that shit should follow you. Same thing here. It is an ugly history, a bloody history. A lot of manifest destiny translating into let's break a treaty, let's remove the native people, let's enslave the black folks, and let's exploit all the poor people. But a child needs to know that. You know why? Because you don't want the shit repeated. History is not supposed to be pretty, and it's not supposed to make you feel good. It's history for a reason. You're supposed to learn it so that you don't repeat the goddamn thing again. Why is this such a hard concept for some of y'all to understand? What is wrong? This shit is not power. Donald Trump is showing that he's a vindictive, narcissistic bitch. Going in, snatching up the Venezuelan president. Is he a good guy? No. Is he a good guy? Absolutely not. But that's not what you do. But again, this is America. That's how we get down. UK gets down like that. France gets down like that. China gets down like that. Russia gets down like that. And those are the 5 big boys nobody can talk to them. They ain't fighting each other. It'll never happen. Because mad will happen. Mutually assured destruction. But they can damn sure play everybody like a game of goddamn Risk. America always talks about how great it is. Our greatness is in this, that. Our greatness, if you're measuring your greatness by some abstract like freedom and goddamn liberty, you're not great. You're just a great salesman. What did I tell y'all? There is no such thing as a drug dealer. There's drug holders. Because drugs sell themselves. They call them dealers because it makes them feel good. But nobody deals drugs. They just hold on to them. I want some dope. Oh, there's a guy with dope. Hey, I got some dope. Can I buy some dope? Sure, you can buy some dope. I bought the dope. I sold you the dope. There is no such thing as a drug dealer. There are drug holders. Same thing here. An abstract like freedom and liberty is ridiculous. It's abstract. What does it mean? Japan is free. Canada is free. Belgium is free. Australia is free. Every one of those countries have liberties. So what are we talking about? What are we talking about? I told y'all maybe year 2 that I was on TikTok. The style that I have can be best exemplified by the first 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes of season 1, episode 1 of The Newsroom, and the first 10 to 15 minutes of season 1, episode 2 of American Gods, where you were introduced to Will McAvoy and Mr. Nancy. You are introduced to Will McAvoy and Mr. Nancy. Will McAvoy breaks down exactly why this is not the greatest country on earth anymore, if it ever was. Mr. Nancy breaks down what that anger, after you find that out, should focus you to do. Mr. Nancy said, burn the mother effer down. Burn it. Everybody on the boat. But if we burn it, we will die too. What did Mr. Nancy say? You're already dead, asshole. At least die a sacrifice for something worthwhile. That is what America is refusing to do. That part. The reason I'm so goddamn angry at far leftists and Jill Stein supporters and all those other people and the people, the 89% that sat their ass down and never moved. Do you understand where my anger comes from? You have the power to change, but you ain't got the balls to do it. I want you to take a look at myself and Professor Moriarty. Okay? E and I have talked about this, so this ain't something I'm talking out of school. E knows what I'm about to do. When you look at the two of us, two 54-year-old black men, one in London, England, the other one in Georgia. What you see before you is destruction and rebirth. I am destruction. It is my job to piss you off. It is my job to make you mad. It's my job to have people get mad at me. That's my job. I do it so well that some people really honestly believe that's who I am. And it's not. I am the person that breaks up the bullshit. I'm not here to kiss your ass. I'm not here to make you feel good. I'm here to tell you what the goddamn truth is. And whether you like it or not, it's still the goddamn truth. Whereas E is there to say, now let's show you what you can do. Now let's show you how you can fix this. Now we show you where your strengths are, where your weaknesses are. Now, to look at the two of us, we have our own different styles. E's style complements mine. But at the end of it, if you look at the two of us, even though we are both two sides of the world, we still represent the same thing. Change. Change. If you do not change in your life, you do not grow. The things I believed at 14, I didn't believe at 24. The things I believed at 24, I didn't believe at 34. The things I believed at 34, I didn't believe at 44. And the things I believed at 44 shaped the man that you see in front of you at 54. Because change has to happen. America has never wanted to do that. America, and I don't mean the goddamn landmass, ladies and gentlemen, because I told y'all, without us here, this is some great real estate between Canada and Mexico. America is the people, and the people have never wanted to do that change. They never have. If you can believe that pulling yourself up by these mythical bootstraps will somehow make you better, you're out of your damn mind. Bootstraps are the things on the back of your shoes. Try pulling yourself up by them things. Our justice system is ass. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Argue with your mama. Do not argue with me. If you sit up and try to tell me, oh, Jack's mom with a $10 super chat. Throughout my 20s and early 30s, I was naive that the U.S. was good. I started to see fraud, corruption, etc. in teachers, cops, firefighters, etc. Then in my 40s, I was sucker punched how horrible of a country we are. Jack's mom, welcome. Welcome to the party. Because I was the same way. Our justice system is ass. If you think Lady Justice is blind, you out your goddamn mind. That bitch can see. She can see money and she can see skin color. Tea is joy. Coffee is life. Good morning, T. Brown. If you think justice is blind, you are out of your rabbit ass mind. That bitch sees money and she sees skin color. She damn sure do. She damn sure do. You got enough money, you can get away with absolute murder. And if you don't believe me, if you do not believe me, let's go back to the O.J. Simpson trial. I'm gonna give you Caucasian people just a little bit of a secret. Wasn't nobody cheering for goddamn O.J. Simpson. Not one goddamn black person was cheering for O.J. Simpson. We ain't never liked that big head, swole meat face. We've never liked him. Do you know where the cheering was for? We told you the system was corrupt. We told you the system was two-tiered. We told you the system was your poor asses here with us. Them rich people up there are up there. They get a different type of justice than you do. And when that happened, Y'all were like, oh my God, the black people were so cheerful that this white woman died. No, we felt horrible for Nicole Brown's family. We felt horrible for the Goldmans. We still do. To this very day, we still do. But truth is absolute truth. We tried to tell you that the justice system is not just. It's not. If you've got enough money, you can get away with literal murder. We tried to tell you. Y'all thought, oh my God, y'all cheering, but no. We said exactly what we were trying to tell you in the first place. O.J. Simpson wasn't black. O.J. Simpson was rich. And because he was rich, he was able to hire a whole smooth, like literally a dream team of lawyers. We told y'all the system was corrupt. You didn't want to believe. And then you turned racist for whatever goddamn reason, probably because that's the default of this country. I was cheering because the system worked just as we always said it did. Thank you, Chaos. It did. The one that got us, the one that really pissed us off was Rodney King. The ass beating that man took. We've been telling you those things happen to black and brown bodies in the city all the goddamn time. Y'all made every excuse to try to protect them cops. Every excuse. That's the one that pissed us off, because if you notice, they said, hey, I'm not black, I'm OJ. He did. We sat there and told y'all, hey, yo, this system's effed up. They were able to move this trial of those 4 officers from the city where the crime actually happened to a city where they got a more favorable goddamn jury. That's your justice system, ladies and gentlemen. It protects itself, and brown and black bodies and po-ass bodies, you ain't got a snowball's chance in hell in it. We tried to tell you this. You didn't want to listen. When Trayvon Martin died, we tried to tell you, hey, yo, this is wrong. Zimmerman, not guilty. Which, by the way, off on a side quest, hey, George Zimmerman can't find a place to live or a job. Yes! He's homeless and can't find a job. Hey, George, you know how you don't become homeless and out of a job? Don't kill black kids. Trayvon says hello. So happy to hear that. Oh, hold on. Woo, Coco up here dancing with her bell, girl. George Zimmerman can't find a job. George Zimmerman's living in a threat. Listen, we so happy. We happy over here at the Sound of Coffee. Hey, George, many more falls before, buddy. When Tamir Rice was killed, and the officer described him as this massive-ass man, that boy was 12. But you know, black kids don't get to be 12 or 11. Black kids don't get to play with pop guns. Black kids don't get to play cops and robbers. Tried to tell y'all this, you didn't want to listen. Black women have been telling white women and other women of color for decades, you are a brood mare to these people. You are a brood mare to these people. They want your ass pregnant, and they want your ass in the kitchen cooking a pot roast. They gonna take away Roe v. Wade. Oh, no, they won't. Yeah, they will. They'll take it away. Oh, no, that's impossible. You guys are fear-mongering. Then what happened? We tried to tell you. Wolfie said, Thomas Bishop, for a few months now, the U.S. had B-17 stealth bombers stationed here in Australia. I just found out there is a motion just got put forward to send them back to the U.S. I would. We tried to tell you. We tried to tell you. Thank you, JW. I appreciate it. These things are known, but because they kept giving y'all slogans, they kept giving y'all excuses. I told y'all, and I mean this, if you are an immigrant to the United States, if you tell me you were not affected by America's propaganda about black folks or race in general, you're out of your rabbit ass mind. I'm telling you that. When we try to tell you these things, it wasn't because we were victim mentality, which is another goddamn thing I cannot stand. Y'all are playing the victim. Got the victim card, victim mentality. Is it really victim mentality when it's still happening in front of your face? Is it victim mentality when you can watch a rich man go into a courtroom and basically just walk out, charges dismissed and shit like that? Meanwhile, your poor dumbass can walk in there with something minor and your ass is locked up because you can't make bail? Is that victim mentality when we tell you this? Is it? Or is it, oh, wow, they were right? Holy shit. I really didn't know. Thank you, Veronica. I was just getting ready to say that. Do y'all know that the Equal Rights Amendment passed Congress and the Senate and passed Richard Nixon? He signed it. Do you know why the Equal Rights Amendment is not a law now? Because it did not have the necessary 2/3 of states to ratify it. Because once they get that 2/3 threshold, Congress is supposed to ratify it and turn it into a law. They've had that 2/3 majority for longer than I've been alive. Oh my God. And yet, for some reason, it's not law. When we tried to tell you that our elections are bought and paid for, some of you did not want to listen. One of the things I will never forgive Bill Clinton for, in addition to the 1994 crime bill, is this. Bill Clinton said the Democrats had to be more like the Republicans to get donor money, donor money, donor money, donor money. The hedge fund managers, the Hollywood executive producers and studio owners, the insurance companies, the medical insurance companies, and shit like that. And yet, when you guys are told these things, a lot of Americans want to put their head in the sand. We're not the greatest country in the world. And to be brutally honest with you, I'll go further than Will McAvoy will. We never were. We were never the greatest country on earth. Morning, Troy. Peace, love, and blessings to your family, brother. We never were. We have the best PR in the history of the world. Again, when all you have is slogans and nothing to show for it, you really honestly think that you are better. One of the problems with America is you don't have to earn the rights. You're just born here. And somehow you being born here is better than the immigrant that comes across the border or flies in a plane, comes over with 15 cents in their pocket, blah, blah, blah. And you couple that with the racist starter pack that they give every person that comes over to this son of a bitch. The black folks are lazy. You never question it. You see black folks going to work all the time, but we're lazy. The Mexicans will steal your money. They all have switchblades. You see Mexican roofers roofing an entire house in 3 hours. You see Mexican asphalt layers. They lay the asphalt and shit for your entire goddamn driveway in an hour. They ain't trying to rob you. Women, women want to just unalive their babies. No, they don't. No. If y'all understood what Planned Parenthood actually did, you would think it's more than that, because it is. Because it is. We are demonized because, exactly. Thank you, Taz. We are demonized because our labor isn't free for them anymore. Black folks somehow have been lazy ever since the chains came off. Do you see what I'm saying? Like it. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, the shit that you're given doesn't match the shit that you can see. Why has no one ever challenged that? Why have we not challenged what we see versus what we're told? Black folks do not have victim mentality. What we do have is history. History. I will use an example, and I know Tiffany Billions and everybody else is in the chat, but I will use this example. Carmelo Anthony. Why is self-defense wrong when Carmelo Anthony does it, but it's okay when George Zimmerman does it? Am I making? Are you getting me now? Are you feeling me? Are you feeling me? How the hell is it that George Zimmerman can start a fight, kill someone, it's self-defense? Kyle Rittenhouse can go to a place he does not live with a weapon he's not supposed to have to defend a business that didn't hire him, murk two people, and then it's, all of a sudden it's self-defense? What? How you defending yourself when you wasn't supposed to be there in the first place? Witchy says, Thomas, a local roofing company is bitching that they can't meet contracts on time, but guess what demographic their workers were? Thank you. Taz says they view themselves as eternal saviors and us eternal savages. That's why. And one of the most savage things we can do is go to other countries and F shit up. There's a reason I'm talking about all of these things, because it makes perfect sense when you look at what I'm saying and then you look at what happened with Venezuela. It's America. It's America 101. America 101. Because guess what we ain't talking about, y'all? Well, one was actually self-defense, and that's the one America didn't like. Exactly, Chaos. Exactly. But what do you think? What do you think we do? What do we do? We're not. Nobody is trying to do regime change in China, are they? No, because for America to invade China is war. Nobody wants regime change in Russia. Why? Because to invade Russia is war. If Russia and China invaded France or invaded the UK or invaded America, it's war. But we don't have a goddamn problem going to your little small country that we think isn't developed. There's savages there. There's also natural resources. And if we want your natural resources, we will go get your goddamn natural resources. And ain't a damn thing you can do about it. Meanwhile, nobody's talking about old Jeffrey, are we? Because rich men doing rich men, nasty rich man shit, we can't talk. That's free. That's not freedom and liberty. We got to talk about freedom and liberty. We got to have freedom and liberty, more freedom and liberty, more freedom and liberty. What bothers me so much is how many people are so desensitized to this. If you had to put my TikTok journey, if you had to summarize it in one sentence, it would be this: I'm sick of you being sheep for bullshit. I'm sick of it. I am sick of it. Why we always got to be the ones that can't ever fix our shit? Instead of getting universal health care, you get a flyover at the Super Bowl featuring Bad Bunny, who nobody want to see because he speaks Spanish and he's not from America, even though he's part of a goddamn American territory. We can't never fix shit in this country. We can't. I think that's what bothers me so goddamn much. So many people are okay never fixing this thing. Again, I don't want your kids going hungry. I don't want my kids going hungry. I don't want your kids uneducated. I don't want my kids uneducated. Why the hell can we make damn sure, instead of snatching up damn leaders from another country, why can't we fix what's going on here? Or thank you, Chaos, or we get a squeaky tank parade. We're the biggest, we're the baddest, we're the freest, we're the most liberty having, but we can't fix basic problems in America? We can't fix basic problems? Here's a basic problem. We have people who are homeless on the streets, and we have millions of houses that are empty. That there's a solution to a problem. Oh, I forgot. There's no profit in it. Thank you, Taz. This is why Taz is necessary in the game. People are afraid to tick off their oppressors. They made their personalities being competent, or is it complaining slaves? Yeah. Thank you, Michael Pruitt. That's socialism. I'm going to tell y'all what I've always believed socialism to be. Socialism is a muzzle and a dog collar on capitalism. It is a muzzle. Because y'all see what the free markets is doing, right? Y'all see what the free markets are doing. That laissez-faire capitalism. How many of y'all are feeling love in this cap? Wait a minute. Violates community guidelines. Again, TikTok. That's another one. That's another one. An Israeli billionaire, tech billionaire, which means his opinion is worth absolutely dick, says we must control, we're going to have to limit the First Amendment. You can limit these nuts in your throat. What is wrong with you? We have to control and limit the First Amendment. Hey, check this out. Why don't you limit
these nuts? Got him! Got him!
You out of your rabbit ass mind. You don't even go to this school. You don't even go here. Thank you, Tracina. We have entire cities. Be safe, Mary. Love you. Kiss the hubby and kiss your daughter for me. Tell them we all love them over here at the Sound of Coffee, please. We can solve these problems, but choose not to. It ain't got nothing to do with the money. We got enough money to fix it. But will we fix it? No. Will we fix it? No. No, we won't. Good morning, sis. Good morning. Oh, my bad, brother. My bad. Good morning, brother. But it's only protected First Amendment, Thomas. Listen, he can protect his face from these nuts. I don't want to hear that shit, man. Out of here. Morning, Pookie. There's a simple solution to our healthcare crisis. Universal healthcare. Universal healthcare. Or as all you Bernie bros love y'all some Bernie, what did Bernie call it? Medicare E. Medicare for all, Medicare for everyone. Well, how are we going to pay for it? The Pentagon has failed audits for like 8 years straight. The average loss that the Pentagon cannot attribute or cannot tell you where it went is $8 billion per audit. They failed 8 of those. Somebody do the math on that. 8 audits failed. The average loss is $8 billion. What is that number? September 10th, 2001, they were missing $2.3 trillion. Thank you, Veronica. That is $64 billion. Bernie Sanders said we can solve homelessness permanently for $10 billion. Tell me, say that how we gonna pay for this shit again? Say it again. Say it again, Bobby. Say it again, Bobby. Say it again, Papa. Come on, say it again. Say it again. ICE has a budget of $187 billion. That is bigger than the budget of the United States Marine Corps. But ask me again, where we gonna get the money to pay for universal health care? Come on, Bobby. Say it again. Say it again. The amount of waste. Good morning, Lovebird. Lovebird, I'm gonna send that thing to you today. I'm gonna send it to you. You can take a look at it. I'll send it in a PDF. You sign it and send it back. The fact that the Pentagon can lose $8 billion per audit and nobody bats an eye, but people buying lobster and ground beef and steaks with food stamps is where your anger and ire goes. Shows you exactly how deep off in propaganda land most Americans are. Thank you for. All we lack is the political will. All we lack is the political will. Donald Trump is not the disease. He is a symptom. What I have said since day one, what I will stand on and the hill I will die on is this. The disease is apathy. The disease is apathy. People don't want to have a conversation about slavery. People don't not want to have a conversation about slavery because, oh my God, you're trying to make me feel bad with my white guilt. No, people don't want to have a conversation about slavery because they're apathetic to how this country made its money. People don't want to not fix the housing crisis in America, which, by the way, no minimum wage job can afford you even an apartment in any part of the United States. We don't not want to have that conversation because, oh my God, how much is it going to cost? I'm not breaking no bread. We don't want to have it because we don't want to fix it because we're apathetic about it. Apathy is what this country's biggest problem is. Those slogans are a symptom of apathy. Donald Trump is a symptom of apathy because he promised a bunch of shit, never came up with a dime, never came up with an actual plan. But it's easier to fall back on your racism and xenophobia and homophobia and transphobia and sexism than it is for you to actually question the shit that you have been taught since you were a child. Because apathy. Apathy. We truly expect to elect somebody make them go work, and then just walk away going, I ain't got to worry about it no more. You out of your rabbit ass mind. As a non-commissioned officer, I was told, if I tell my soldiers to go do something and I don't check to make sure that it is done, then I am a shitty non-commissioned officer. I am a shitty leader. That's America, though. Hey, I elected Obama. Hope and change. Let me go walk away and not pay any goddamn attention so that when the midterms come in 2 years later, he gets his ass knocked off. Oh, then we show up to reelect him. Apathy. Apathy. It is what's killing the United States. It is what's killing the United States standing on the planet. Do y'all understand? We, the United States, we now are the pulse of the planet. It used to be England. Now it's us. And if we're apathetic towards fixing shit, what the F do you think the rest of the world is going to do? If America fixed this homeless problem, the world would fix this homeless problem. If America had universal health care for all, we advocate everybody has universal health care for all. If America starts with the idea of peace first, war last, then the rest of the world will think peace first, war last. We have been saber rattling about going to war with China. Why? Why? Everything that I'm using right now started in China. It started there. There was a person working in a shop someplace that made this microphone. There was a person in a shop someplace that made this arm. There was a person someplace in a shop that made this goddamn soundboard. But sure, let's go to war with China. Why? Oh, well, you know, they're doing this. No. No. The problem is, in order to fix what we have wrong, America has to first admit that there is wrong there. I need y'all to understand something. Nobody has ever, there's not been a doctor in the world that has ever said, if you ignore your cancer, it will go away. That shit doesn't work. It doesn't work. Nothing on the planet works that way. If you just stop talking about it, it'll go away. Racism is not an imaginary friend that you can forget and it won't be there. Get the fuck out of here. Sexism does not go away because you ignored it. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't. And unfortunately, here in America, we're so apathetic that we love simple shit. Oh, America loves them some simple ass shit. They love simple. They love, look, good morning, Maggie. Good morning. Look at the shit going on in Minnesota right now. Crime. Somebody stole some shit. Answer, the Somalis did it. That simplicity. Simplicity. Oh, that's simple. Whoa, we done it. Yeah. Let's send death threats to the Somali community. Let's do that because that works out so goddamn well. Tim Walz just announced he's dropping out of his bid for re-election because of this shit. Make it make sense, ladies and gentlemen. Tim Walz is a fantastic governor for the state of Minnesota. I don't have to say it because I live in Georgia. Ask any Minnesotan. But because a bunch of people, including some goddamn podcaster, is out here looking for fraud and they ain't looking at the white woman that had anything to do with it. No, let's just look at the Somalis. Now Tim Walz isn't going to be governor. That's how America solves its problems. Oh, we got a fighter. Yeah, well, he did some shit we don't like. Blue, 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 blue. I'm so goddamn sick of podcasting shit. One of the reasons I have not gone back to Enemy of the State is because I'll be goddamned if you're gonna call me a podcaster. This ain't a podcast, this is a radio show. The Villain's View is in a podcast, it's a radio show. This station isn't a podcast station. This is a radio station. But that's where we get our news from. Why? Because again, I told you, it's easier to do simple shit than it is to do the hard choices, the hard decisions. And then you add in apathy. Do you understand 89% of the voting eligible population of the United States sat out of an election, featuring a middle-of-the-road centrist Democrat who just so happened to be a black woman and a megalomaniac. You have an accountant who you don't like because you know that accountant is going to dig off in your spending. And you got Mr. Hyde. And these some bitches sat at home. We could have gotten rid of the Electoral College years ago. We choose not to. There's always some reason to keep it. Well, if we get rid of the Electoral College, Montana's votes won't matter. Yeah, they will. If we go to a straight popularity contest like they do every other race except for the presidency, are you kidding me? Hell, if you really want to, if you want to get off nasty up in it, do the parliamentary system that the UK does. The party that wins, they put up the president and the vice president. Do that. Winner take all. Because the other thing that would actually happen, if we got rid of the Electoral College, you know the one thing that would actually have to happen or would happen? People would have to come to you. They would have to give you their speeches. They would have to tell you what their plans are. Now, we just got a couple of swing states and the rest of us just sitting here with our thumb up our ass waiting to see what happens. Thank you, Michael Pruitt. Both Michael Pruitt and Candy Poo said the same thing. Ranked choice voting. Ranked choice voting. We can get rid of our apathy, ladies and gentlemen. We can. We just got to have the will to do it. And we don't. We don't. Do you understand? We don't have the will to do it. So when something like the president of the United States ordering the Department of Defense to go in and snatch up a president from a foreign country, when shit like that happens, yes, we're outraged. You know why we're outraged? Because we're so apathetic and so deep off in that apathy that we sometimes forget we can do atrocities and horrible damn things just from breathing. Morning, Ashley. House Bishop, Australia does that from the same party. They have the prime minister and they have the deputy prime minister. America loves stealing shit. How come you never stealing good ideas? Oh, we don't want socialism like Venezuela. How about socialism like Scandinavia? How about socialism like Norway? The Electoral College was established so that the poor couldn't have the same voting power as the rich. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you, Chaos. Exactly. We love stealing ideas. We will come to your country and exploit the dog shit out of your natural resources, but your good ideas, now we can't do that. Nah, we can't do that. Because we could have stole the UK style universal health care. We could have stole Scandinavia's education system. We could have stole Norway's ways of punishment in prison. You know, there are people who are on or in prison in Norway and their prisons look like an apartment complex. These people have access to the internet. These people have access to books, and they're not chained up with a tray full of dirty food and shit. They make their own. I thought rehabilitation was supposed to be the thing, but obviously it's about exploitation, because guess what? We have for-profit prisons. And then I talked about last week that they're putting a for-profit school into a for-profit detention center for the kids of those being detained. We can fix that problem. We can make it to where they're actually doing that shit. But heaven forbid we ever come up with a good goddamn idea. We can't steal those. And then when we do tell y'all, hey, look at Norway, look at Scandinavia, look at Germany, look at England, look at, oh, well, we are the best. How? How are you still out here saying that shit? Apathy, kids. Apathy. Apathy. Apathy will have you leaning on old racist tropes. I don't have a prison record. I don't have any felonies on my books. None. I wouldn't have been able to stay in the military if I did. Yet for some reason, when I walk my black ass out the door, I got to represent 13% of the population. I have to be on my P's and Q's, because if I do something wrong, like, oh, I don't know, snap off because somebody is giving me piss poor service and somebody said something bad about me, the first thing you're going to hear somebody say, well, that's how they all are. They being the rest of black folk. Women cannot be better than men, better educated, make more money, be in charge. No, you can't have that. Because apathy will tell you that women belong in a bedroom or a kitchen, pregnant as hell, with a baby a baby on her hip, a baby in her stomach, cooking a pot roast. That's apathy. Apathy will tell you that. Apathy will tell you that every person is pouring across the Rio Grande, across the damn border, is coming to steal your jobs, and they're coming to get your goddamn welfare and what have you. Apathy will tell you that. Truthfully, you can look it up and see, that ain't true. Doesn't matter, does it? Apathy will have you believing that drag reading hour, where drag performers read books to children and they get to act out and sing and all this other shit, is a pit of groomers. But what Jeffrey Epstein and the rest of his rich buddies was doing, we don't want to talk about that. That's apathy. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, apathy will have you believing that us snatching up the president of another country is patriotic, not disgusting, not colonization in real time. Nah, that'll never happen. It'll never happen. Why would we probe any deeper? Why? Apathy. That is the disease that is killing the United States. That is the disease that is killing this country. I've been talking about this shit for 2.5, 3 years now. Apathy. I genuinely want to ask, do we want better or not? It's as simple as that. Do we want better or not? Are we ever going to live up to that Emma Lazarus poem at the base of the Statue of Liberty? Do we not want to live up to that? I hold my lamp upon the door. Do we not want to live up to that? Do we not want to live up to the words of the Constitution? We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they're endowed by their Creator with these inalienable rights, being life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Do we not want that? Is that not something we want? Or are we perfectly okay with the status quo? Are we perfectly okay with that? When I was in the military, I thought about these things, but I never voiced it. I thought about these things, but I never voiced it. I went to Afghanistan. Never shot around. I never shot around in anger. Never shot around at all. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I was a supply clerk. I'm not going to sit up and lie about that. I won't. I'm not going to lie on my damn record. I know what the hell I did, and I freely admit it. So I wasn't over there trying to give them freedom and shit like that. I was there to supply the men and women that went out and built fobs and cops. That's my job. That was my job. And I did it with distinction. I did it with distinction. I never betrayed my oath. Not once. So I can honestly say I don't like wars. I've seen the result. Every time that Black Hawk came in and the internet got shut off, we knew somebody was hurt. And we knew that person may make it or may not. We knew that. Thank you, Michael Pruitt. Equality is the problem. Because somebody has to be able to look down on somebody else. Let me tell y'all a funny little thing. I brag about the Villains Guild. Brag about it. I brag about the Villains Guild. I brag about the Outcast Nation. I brag about the people that constitute both of these organizations. Because to me, that is the purest way I can show them how much I love them. Right? Yes, we have a founding 6 members of the Guild. That 6 remains the 6, not because we lead, but because we are the heart. We remind anyone who stands under the banner of the Villains Guild what it is we're supposed to be doing. So I brag about them, honestly. Those 6 members, or those 5 other members beside myself, I don't look at them as lesser than. They're my equals. The members of the Guild are my equals. I have a title. I sit in a leadership position, but that does not mean I am better than. I don't look down at them. Every single member is an equal to me. What you bring to the table is what you bring to the table. It is always necessary. It is always necessary. There is no such thing as you do only a little bit. Everybody can do something. Therefore, we are equals. When I was amongst non-commissioned officers, I understood the rank structure. Sergeant first class was above staff sergeant was above sergeant was above corporal, master sergeants were above sergeant first classes, sergeant majors and things of that nature. I understood that shit. I understood it. And I respected that rank structure. When I spoke to a sergeant major, I said parade rest. If there was some orders that was being put out by sergeant first class, I stood at the parade rest. When sergeants came up and I was giving them the orders that was given to me, they stood at parade rest, and so on and so on. I understood that. But amongst those non-commissioned officers, I understood I was part of a corps, the NCO. No one is more professional than I. I am a non-commissioned officer, a leader of soldiers. I understood that. My job was to try to make sure that the NCO Corps was strong, make sure the NCO Corps lived up to those words. Competence is my watchword. My 2 basic responsibilities will always be uppermost in my mind: accomplishment of my mission and the welfare of my soldiers. I understood if my fellow non-commissioned officers were not doing that, it was my job to check them because of the creed. Equality is a problem in this country, apparently. Gay folks have never asked for better rights or more rights. They've asked for fair. The civil rights movement wasn't the angry rights movement. It was the civil, meaning we're trying to have a conversation about our rights. We don't want more. We want fair. The women's rights movement, They weren't looking for more rights or special rights. They were looking for fair. Yet for some reason, if in America, if you don't have somebody you can look down upon, somehow you're not successful. Thank you, Wolfie. I'll look at it. Fair. Equal to. I don't want to represent 13% of the population. I want to represent me and my family. I don't want women to only fit in this category or that category. I want women to literally excel in whatever they excel at and be good at it, be paid well for it, and respected. I want my gay, lesbian, bisexual, transsexual, non-binary, queer brothers and sisters not to have special rights. I want them to be treated equally in this society. And I want us to stop being so goddamn apathetic about it. But I can't. I have to fight on what is given, which is disgusting on the surface, in the middle, and on the goddamn bottom. Because why do I need to look down on somebody? Why? Stacy says, I don't judge people for their outside. For me, it's their heart. You can be green like the Incredible Hulk, and I will welcome you to my dinner table anytime. Fair. The antidote to apathy is movement. The opposite of stagnation is movement. We're still back doing the same shit we was doing when we had wooden boats and guys wore buckled shoes and powdered wigs. We are going around stealing shit from other goddamn countries. We are taking their leaders out. We are doing it. Donald Trump did exactly what the CIA has done for decades. The same goddamn thing. The same thing. The same thing. We love destabilizing other countries. Why? Because we want their resources. We just don't want to negotiate with the people there. In addition to rubber, the Democratic Republic of Congo also brings out chocolate, coca beans, or coca leaves, or coca whatever. We get that from the Congo. Those boys are out there. Those boys and girls are out there at 5, 6, 7 years old looking for chocolate. They're not going to school. They're not being educated. They work. And there's a corporation making $1 off of every single one of them going out there and doing that. Why? Like, you mean to tell me these kids shouldn't learn? They should simply be there as our beast of burden because everybody wants some goddamn chocolate? Are you kidding me? That exploitation is perfectly okay as long as we all get chocolate? Like, what the? How is it that America can talk about how great it is, yet we continue to do the most petty shit on purpose? It's easier for us to be petty than it is for us to be outstanding and upright. I go back to Mr. Griffin. His outward appearance was somebody that had everything together. He was this very highly intelligent, educated Black man. He had a beautiful wife, a beautiful son. He was this good guy. And I looked up to him and I admired him. And then literally almost a year after I got out of high school, he was arrested and was kicked out of schools and blacklisted because on the outside he was this outgoing person, but on the inside he knew he was cheating. He knew he was betraying his wife, betraying his son, and he was cheating with a teacher who had a boyfriend that decided to fight his ass, and he did it in front of his goddamn students. What he showed me was one thing. What he actually did was something else. That's America. That's the two-faced nature of America. And the problem is the American people do not want better. That's why we continue to get it. Everybody complains about we only got two parties. You know why we don't have a third? Because y'all can't even distinguish between one and two. Are both of them apathetic? Yes. But they're apathetic in two totally different ways. The Democrats have the best ideas, but they refuse to implement them because they don't want to be labeled liberal, leftist, progressive, socialist. They don't want to be labeled that shit. So they'd rather try to play in the middle like they're playing in traffic. The Republicans, on the other hand, have horrible goddamn ideas, and they won't shut the F up about the goddamn shit. And then when they get in power, because they always get in power, they implement these piss poor ass ideas. The Democrats write strongly worded letters, and the rest of us get screwed. And we take it. We take it. We just take it more and more and more. We get hurt more and more and more. We get hurt more and more and more. We hurt other people outside the United States more and more and more and more. And we get a military flyover, a flag on the ground during the Super Bowl where men are trying to give each other CTE. And we talk about how great we are while we stuff our face with nachos and goddamn hot dogs. And the idea of fixing it is just antithetical. We just can't do it. It's too big. How are we going to pay for it? And people get hurt. People die. Do you understand? America, not the landmass, the people. We bombed fishing boats off the coast of Venezuela. We did that. And you can't say, I didn't do it. You can't say, I didn't ask for it. You can't say any of that shit because guess what? You think the world sees that? No, they see America bombing fishing boats. America bombing fishing boats. That's in our name. The disrespect we show to our allies is in our name. The kissing up of despots like Kim Jong-un and Vladimir Putin, that is done in our name. Do you understand? They snatched up Maduro, but they rolled out a goddamn red carpet for Putin. We did that. And you cannot run from it. Sure, we can talk about the Stranger Things finale, I guess. We can talk about who's going to the playoffs, I guess. We can talk about the latest scandal involving the goddamn Kardashians, I guess. But when it comes to actual real change in this country, it's almost like we're afraid of it. It's almost like we are afraid of it. I made a conscious decision not to watch any pay-per-view or premium live event that the WWE puts on in Saudi Arabia. It has nothing to do with the Saudi Arabian people. It's nothing to do with the Saudi Arabian people. I have met people from Saudi Arabia. They're very beautiful, strong-willed, and loving people. But I don't like their government. I will never forgive them for literally liquefying a grown-ass man in Jamal Khashoggi. I don't have to go out and yell, free, free Palestine. I disagree with everything Benjamin Netanyahu has done since he's been president, including the fact that one of his supporters is the ones that assassinated Yitzhak Rabin. I ain't like that. Listen, Rabin's wife don't like him. I don't like him. Because Rabin was literally going to get the Oslo Accords put into place where there would be peace between the PLO and Yasser Arafat and the Israeli government. and some nut job, a right-wing nut job, assassinated Ishaq Rabin. If you don't believe me, ask his wife. She will tell you that she believes it was Benjamin Netanyahu that got him set up. It goes beyond religion for me. It goes beyond Muslim and Jew. It goes beyond Arab and Israeli. It goes beyond that. I don't appreciate their governments. What the hell makes you think I'm going to support them? And then you got people over here talking about, well, we're going to try to pass laws because if you say that, that's anti-Semitic. No, bitch, it's called I have a freedom of speech, and I'm going to say what the hell I want to say, how I want to say it, when I want to say it. Because I'll be goddamned if you get me with this apathetic shit. Kiss my ass. Y'all can kiss 3/5 of my black ass. If you think I'm gonna ever bite my goddamn tongue, you are out of your rabbit ass mind. And by the way,
And after your hangman, kiss my ass.
I'm telling you straight. We literally could fix the problems America has, and we could literally be an example to the world, but we choose not to. Understand that. This is a choice. Snatching up Maduro was a choice. Maduro had no nukes. Maduro had no standing army. He did not have terrorists in his midst. That was a choice. It was a bad one, but it was a choice. Our president saber rattling, knowing goddamn well he's not gonna fight in shit. That's a choice. Wolfie said, here in Australia, with the boats, even our media, they have never said that the U.S. attacked the boats. It has always been Trump had the military attack the boats. Trump is our president, as effed up as that sounds, and the United States military serves at the pleasure of the president of the United States and the officers above them. But he wouldn't be in that office if it wasn't for us. As simple as that. It's as simple as that. He would not be in that office were it not for us. Hazel said, the reason I like listening to you and reading the comments is to remind myself that not all Americans want to destroy my Europe, and you make me laugh to the point of undoing my surgery. I'm sorry, Hazel. These are choices, ladies and gentlemen. Choice. I get up every morning and I choose to be in front of these cameras and behind this microphone. I choose it. I choose to give you words of affirmation and love and never ask anything in return because I don't really need anything. You guys sustain me enough. If you donate some coins or a super chat here and there, thank you. DJ has done so much behind the scenes you will not imagine. I don't know how to thank that woman. I don't. For everything that she has done, I don't know I don't know what gift or what thing can be strong enough for me to give to her to say thank you for everything that you've done. But I choose this. I chose this. I choose to make you laugh. I choose to make you smile. I choose to give you affirmations, even if some of y'all will never meet me in life. I choose that. And why do I choose it? Because I feel like that's something that you need. Not want, need. America chooses to be ignorant. America chooses to be apathetic. America knows there are better ways to deal with things. There are better ways to fix things. There are better ways to do better for the world. They choose not to. They choose not to. The elections, any election, whether it's off year or non-presidential or just congressional or presidential or whatever, right? You have choices. Are they good choices? No. But if you show up enough, you will get one. They tell y'all that in 12-step programs. AA, NA, SA, all that other stuff. They tell you, keep coming back. It works if you work it. So work it, you're worth it. I know because I've been in a couple of those meetings. I have. And they say it every time they leave. Keep coming back. It works if you work it. So work it, you're worth it. Why would you worship a politician? That man or woman works for you. Your voice should ring out. Your voice should ring out. But does it? Or do you sit on your ass waiting for things to change? And when they don't, you get mad. You get angry. You're upset. Oh my God, why didn't this change? Because you didn't change it. You didn't change. Do y'all understand? You can change this shit. You can go deeper than the surface. If you want to say America's the greatest country on earth, prove it. Prove it. Don't give me anecdotal. Don't give me, well, look how many people are trying to get here, blah, 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 because we're kicking their ass out in the first place. Don't give me that. Don't give me that. Give me the real. Show me why this is the greatest country. Prove it. But if you can't, admit you don't know. Admit it. Admit that you do not know. And be open and willing to learn. Be open and willing to learn. These problems can be solved. But the only people that can solve America's problems are the people. The only ones are the people. I start off with the knowledge that there are going to be some people that do not like me. I am not here for that. I'm not. I get it. These earrings, these damn black fingernails throw your asses off. Oh my God, this is a grown black man with black fingernails and earrings and blah, blah, blah. All the connotations. I don't really give a shit. I don't. If I tell somebody I'm better than them, it's because they ain't living up to their goddamn potential. Why the hell am I going to dim my shine? Because these some bitches don't even realize they have a light. I'm going to love on you. But I'm demanding that you love on yourself. I want your children, whether they're little itty bitty or grown, I want your children to have the best quality of life possible. Because when you have the best quality of life possible, you make better choices. When you make better choices, everybody succeeds. Shit ain't about me. It ain't just about me. It's about we. We. Us. What is it? E pluribus unum? Out of many, one. But y'all gotta, America has got to get over its apathetic nature towards shit. God damn. We got to get past that shit. We have to. Because I'm going to tell y'all a little secret. The only thing apathy does is make it harder for you, the people you love, and everybody around them. I saw a man yesterday with a sign. And basically, he said he had cancer. And he was looking for somebody to give him some money. A lot of people would see that and go, oh, no, he ain't going to do nothing but do drugs or go drink or whatever. Who cares? Who cares? If it's that important to you, go buy the man food. Go buy the man food. Pick him up. Take him and make sure he's bathed and make sure that he's fed. Make sure that are you taking care of your cancer? Do you need me to drive you off at a doctor's office? Are you a veteran? We can go to the VA, things of that nature. Costs you nothing. Costs you nothing. Good morning, Sky. Appreciate that. But the very first thing you have to do is let go of apathy. All those voices in your head that's telling you, oh, he's going to do nothing but drugs and drinking. You better not give him no money. Ignore that. Ignore it. Ignore it. Embrace a better nature for yourself and those around you. I know there's a bunch of racists that can't stand me. I also know there's a bunch of racists with kids. Do I want their kids to suffer? Absolutely not. No, I don't. Not at all. I want a racist to have a son or daughter that is highly educated, that has a wealth of knowledge, a life outside of the bullshit bubble that they were put in, because those kids will be the one that will tell this racist man who does not like the black guy with the black fingernails and the hoop earrings, they'll be able to say, that is an American, that's a human being. He deserves inalienable rights. I am making it my business to create organizations that are about the work and not the look. They're about the work and not the look. Love you, Nana. Because only in that will things change. I'm 54 years old. I was raised by two black people, my mother and my father, who saw shit that I could never imagine. They were raised in hard environments where, in addition to putting food on the table, in addition to making sure the kids got education, they also had to deal with America's little nasty habit of labeling them because they were black. These are the people that raised me, the people that shaped who I am. I don't use my words to be funny. I use them for maximum impact. And I say the things out loud that a lot of y'all are thinking in your head. Again, it's my job. It's my job to spark conversations, because without it, nothing changes. I don't want to be a part of an organization that is only in name only. No, I want actions. I do want to change the world, and I don't see why I have to turn that down. I do want to change the goddamn world. Why should anybody tell me I can't? Why should anybody tell me I can't? Why? Who told you you can't change the goddamn world? Who told you that? Take it back. Wherever you got it, take it back. There is no such thing as a small voice. There is no such thing as a, well, it's too small of an act of kindness. Bullshit. Every act of kindness makes you a better person. Being a better person makes you better for the world. And it breaks that apathy. It gets rid of it. It dissolves. It blows away. I am not the guy who is so rigid in my masculinity that I can't look at chaos and say, brother, I love you. You are my big brother and I love you with everything in me. I am not so deep off in my masculinity that I can't look at Elijah, AKA E, AKA Professor Moriarty, and say, God damn it, I am so proud of you. I am so utterly proud of you. I could not be prouder if I tried. I am not so steeped off in my masculinity or my blackness that I can't look at black women and say, you can lead me anywhere you want. I will follow because you got better ideas and a stronger voice. I am here to either enforce it or shut my bitch ass up. I am not so above it all that I cannot encourage young people to get educations. Make the world better. And do not ever think of yourself as being a small voice in the world. There is no such thing. And I am not above looking my country in the face and saying, you're wrong. You need to correct this. Slogans don't mean a goddamn thing to me anymore. They don't. Slogans mean nothing. So I don't want to hear a goddamn thing about freedoms and liberty unless you can define them. I don't want to talk to you if you cannot define what freedoms and liberties we're talking about. If that's the only thing that comes out your mouth, you and I are not ready for this, or you're not ready for this conversation. And I do not have to sit there and listen to you fimble F around trying to figure it out. I am not so deep off in this hyper masculine, strong man, alpha he-man bullshit that I can't say my daughter melts my heart. Yes, my little girl has me wrapped around her finger. You know what? I ain't even mad at her. Yes, my granddaughters and grandsons have me wrapped around their finger, and I ain't even mad at it. I'm not above telling you I have made horrible goddamn mistakes. Have they been life-threatening? Only mine. Have I sometimes forgotten that I'm a grown adult who can think and just led with my penis or led with my ego or whatever? I have. I can talk to you. I can talk to men about cheating because I got caught cheating several times. I can talk about growth and maturity to young men because I thought like they did. And I know right from wrong. I know it is wrong to blow up fishing boats without due process and for no reason whatsoever. I can tell you that. I can criticize my country. Even though I served it, even though I am physically changed from being in service of protecting and defending the Constitution, even though. But I can still say when this bitch is not doing what it's supposed to do. Candy Poo said, no one should. People should be lifting each other up. Exactly. If I want better for your child, but you don't want better for mine, then right now we're not in the same wavelength. My kid ain't done nothing to you. My kids ain't done nothing to you. My grandkids ain't done nothing to you. You can hate me. I don't care. You dislike my opinion. Oh my God, you have black fingernails, blah, blah, blah. Fine. Go ahead. Cool. I bet it's not like I haven't heard this shit before. But even at the end of it, I want your child to be a better person than you. I don't want a goddamn thing to happen to your kid. I want your kid to be well-fed, well-housed, well-educated. I want that kid to have the best childhood possible. And as they grow, I want them to learn. America's apathy is what got us Nicolas Maduro sitting here in America rather than in Venezuela. American apathy. Because Nicolas Maduro would still be in Venezuela had we not elected somebody that wanted to pull his ass out of Venezuela. I said what I said. You stayed home. You voted Jill Stein. You voted this. You voted that. You're out of your rabbit ass mind. You're out of your mind. You're stupid. You should have learned, but you didn't. You got a carnival barker as president of the United States. And what did you get out of it? Your apathy is what led us here. Don't complain now like, oh my God, I wish yes, Scandy Poo, you're my niece. Yes. You got so many damn people sitting here trying to pretend like this is a good thing, and it isn't. There's nothing strong about this. There's nothing great about this. It is a complete and utter lack of even understanding what the hell it is your purpose is as a superpower. If you want to be petty and vindictive, bitch, don't do it behind the resolute desk. What is wrong with you? You go do that someplace else. You can stay in Mar-a-Lago and be the pettiest, thin-skinned bitch all you want. You don't do it behind the resolute desk of the President of the United States. But our apathy got us here. It got us here. So now the question becomes, what do we do? Now the question becomes, what do we do? I'll tell you. First things first, no more slogans. No more slogans. I don't give a shit what it is. I don't give a shit what it is. MAGA, goddamn, freedom and liberty. I don't want to hear another one of them goddamn things. America's not the greatest country in the world. It isn't. It is not. Sorry. No more slogans. Let's lean into compassion before we lean into anger. Am I an angry person? Yeah, I kind of am. I'm kind of tired of dragging dumb people with us. I really am. But that's just me. Let's lead with compassion. I want a child fed before a bomb dropped. I said what I said. I want a child fed before a bomb dropped. I want bread and beans before bombs and bullets. Because obviously bombs and bullets, yeah, they're effective in turning people against you. Beans and bread, oh, that's a little bit different. Oh, wow. You showed up with humanitarian aid. You want to feed us. Thank you for feeding us. Can you help us fix shit? Oh, wow, you can help us fix our water. Now we can have water with our beans and bread. Thank you. Not us. Boom, 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 boom. Now, do you like us, bitch? I don't like you even being in my face. Like, get away from me. If I knock your bitch ass off. We done bombed and bulleted, and all of a sudden we come in with a sandwich. People are like, get your bitch ass away from me. Lead with compassion. Learn from our mistakes. I'm going to tell y'all a little secret, white folk. There's not a black person in America that wants your goddamn guilt. We don't give a shit. We don't give a shit about your guilt. Nobody cares. Oh my God, you're trying to make me feel guilty for being white. No, bitch. We're trying to teach you that if you don't learn this shit, it can happen again. Morning, Medusa. I don't want your goddamn guilt. You're trying to make me feel guilty. You would never. It's like, bitch, I don't want your goddamn guilt. I don't. What I would like for you to do is learn about the shit so that we don't do it again. Women are saying it's all men until it's no men. You're trying to make me feel guilty because I'm a man. No, dumbass. We're trying to get you to learn about the shit so we can stop making it all men until it's no men. Duh. I want better. I want better for every one of us. But I also know for a fact the first thing that you have to do is admit that there is a problem. We are not the best. We are not the smartest. We are not the leading this, that, and the. We're not these things. We are the bad guys. And I don't mean villain as the way I described it, not villain in the way Elijah's described it, or villain in the way the Villains Guild describes it. No, we are the bad guys. We take shortcuts, we steal shit, we pretend like we found it, it was our shit. We will steal your oil just so that we can make more profits. We will have business involved in every goddamn aspect of your life. And to top all of that off, we will not listen to the people. We're the bad guys, ladies and gentlemen. We're not the good guys. We're not the shiny beacon on the hill or the city on the hill. We're none of that. We're the bad guys. As hard as that is for some of y'all to hear, as hard as that is for some of y'all to understand, God damn it, you better get yourself a dictionary and a thesaurus and figure it out. We're the goddamn bad guys. And I don't want to be. I don't want to be. I don't. I have described villainism as thus. The people that you put on pedestals as heroes are bad people. From Trump to Jim Jordan, from Lauren Boebert to Nancy Mace, to Pete Hegseth to RFK. These people are elevated as patriots and heroes, and they are not. But if this is how society is going to operate and making these really horrible people the bad guys, then somebody has to be the antagonist of the story. That is what a villain is. I have lived my life, not just on TikTok, because again, TikTok happened after or right before I got ready to end my career, right after the death of my mother, where I was deconstructing and trying to figure out exactly who I truly was. So I have lived villainism my whole 5 years of doing this shit. Villainism is exactly how I operate in the world. It's how I operate on the stage. It's how I operate in your lives. It is how I operate every single morning when I get in front of this goddamn camera. I am practicing villainism by telling you America is not the good guys in a goddamn equation. They're the bad boys. And I'm sorry. I am terribly, terribly sorry. But I refuse to change. I will stop being the villain when America starts being the hero that we all deserve. Until such time as America gets its head out of its ass, stops believing its own hype, and starts actually living up to those damn words in the Constitution, a villain will always be needed. If I die or I fall down, guess what? 5 more will pop back up. Some will be as elegant, if not more elegant than me. Some will be in your damn face, sit your goofy ass down and eat your cornflakes. But there will be a villain as long as America pretends like it's the hero. There will always be an antagonist to this story. The problem is, when is the protagonist going to get it and understand you made us? You created us. When you decided to take the wrong path and just screw shit up and then proclaim yourself to be the good guys, you made all of us. Every villain that calls this country to account, every person that says this country is not good, we are the antagonists of the story that you created. And going in and snatching up Nicolas Maduro is not going to make you a hero. And guess what? You just made 500 more villains. You made 1,000 more villains. You made 10,000 more villains across the goddamn planet. Because this is wrong, it was illegal, it's unjust, it's immoral, it's a goddamn war crime, and one day you will have to pay for it. And when that day comes, we, those of us who you created and made into the villains, we will be watching and we will celebrate your downfall. And then, and only then, will we be done. There will be no more villains needed because you will finally get your head out of your ass. But you need to really understand something.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a man. By then it was nothing to me but blight.
You can't break what is already broken. You cannot negotiate with those who do not want to even sit at a table with you. And you cannot shut us up. You cannot buy us. You can't rationalize with us. And you damn sure won't silence us. Yeah, I am the villain. Yeah, I am the leader of the Villains Guild. But you know what? You make a villain every single day when your apathetic nature meets your bloodthirsty, greedy ass. You've made more villains with this bullshit in Venezuela, Mr. Trump. Prepare, because we ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna get rid of that apathy. I guarantee you that shit. Hang around me long enough, you will not be apathetic to anything. I demand that you be smart. I demand that you see yourself in a better light. I demand that you stand on what you believe in. I demand that you be the one that actually makes a difference in the world. And I will accept no less than that, because no one would accept less from me. I owe Robert and Martha McCormick. I owe Belinda, Elizabeth, Robert, and LaQuisha. I owe Thomas Jr., Sinjay, Brendan, Asia, Kendra, Desmond, Raza, Shaylee. I owe all of my grandkids. I owe every friend and loved one and lover I have ever had in my 54 years. I owe them nothing more than the truth. I demand of myself to be better. And if you stand with me or stand next to me or a part of my life on a day-to-day basis, I will accept nothing less than your absolute best, because I'll be goddamned if I'm going to let apathy destroy what we could build. And if you do not like it, if you think in any way, shape, form, or fashion I am somehow being weak, let me inform you of something.
You know I'm surgical with this bitch, Jay. How you want it?
I am surgical. Those who know me know I give anything for them. And the only thing I demand, the only thing I have ever asked of them, is to be better than they even possibly could imagine themselves to be. It ain't about me. It's about we. And what Donald Trump and the Trump administration has done is made millions more villains. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? We're not going anywhere. You ain't gotta like us. In fact, we demand that you hate us. But one thing you will do is you will respect us, because we will not be apathetic and sit there and watch as this bullshit continues to happen. You ain't gotta like it, but you better get used to it. And if you don't like it,
And after your hangman,
kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. Sick of this shit. As always, you know how to support me. Patreon.com/Thomas the Villain Bishop. Show is brought to you by Smooth California. Show is brought to you in part by Melanated Excellence. Show is brought to you in part by Something Black Made. And finally, the show is brought to you in part by W Energy. The Sound of Coffee shop is open, it's running, and it's piping hot. The Sound of Coffee, all one word, -shop.fourthwall.com. What is it that we say every day, kids? And today I want you to say it this way. I want better for you. I don't ask for no money. I don't ask for you to give me coins and I don't ask for any of that. You know what I want? Your best. Your best. Not mine, yours. You can change the world. I don't care where you are in your life. You can change the world. There is no such thing as a small voice. There is no such thing. Let me say that again. There is no such thing as a small voice. Every voice is a fire. It is an inferno. Do not be afraid to speak. Do not be afraid to stand on what you believe in. Do not be afraid to fight for those who cannot fight for themselves as authentically as you possibly can. I don't care if you are a pro-Black FBA or the most beautiful trans woman walking on Venice Beach in California. Your voice matters. Make your voices heard. Fight apathy the best way you know how, by being your goddamn self. And remember that I love you. I'm proud of you. And if no one tells you you are needed in this world, let me be the one to say it. So what is it that we say every day, kids? May your day be as sweet as the coffee in your cup. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all the ships at sea. My name is Thomas Bishop. I am known as the villain. My title and designation is the Brutalist, the leader of the Villains Guild, a proud member of the Outcast Nation. And ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Sound of Coffee on Ghost Call Productions Radio, GCPR, where every voice matters. The inspirational word, be limitless today. I am proud of you. Be bolder, braver, and stronger than your fears. The inspirational word from Star Oak Wind, hydrate, elevate, self-love and self-care. I love you all. Have a beautiful day on purpose. That is a good word from Miss Tracina over in Crow Pussy, Mississippi. I love you. I love you. And I'm not ashamed to say it. So love on you. Love on you. Don't tell anybody. Don't do anything other than loving on you. With love in my heart, I say this, ladies and gentlemen. With peace on my mind, I give this. And just a tad bit of hair grease. I will see you all tomorrow for Trifling Ass Tuesday. I love you. Be safe. Peace. Have a beautiful day, kids. And I mean that.